Okay, we're here with Georgie. Don't go to the tripod, buddy. I know you don't know what it is. So we came out in search of not muddy ground because Georgie just got a bath. Excuse you. And we have him on the long line, of course, because we want to give him some room to run. This is higher ground and it dries out pretty quick. He has not been on the long line too much with me because we've been predominantly working inside the house, so we're going to see how he does. Hi, good boy, good leave it, good job. There's a couple pieces of random trash. I'm going to step on his line real quick so I can pay attention to him. Run down through this, and then we're going to go through our normal exercises that we've been doing with the flirt pole. That's what this is. It's literally a stick and a string and a toy, and he loves it. He's super excited that we have that out today. So we're just going to run through some exercises with him that we've been working on, our sits, downs, drop its, the leave its, the whole 9 yards. Good boy, with some extra distraction. Good job. So like you should do every new environment that you go to with Georgie is give him some time to kind of investigate it first. Let him check things out, figure out where your problem areas are going to be so that you can plan accordingly for this. Good boy. Like we've got people walking around, everybody's enjoying their day. Stop. Good boy. I'm reminding him where the end of the leash is. I want him to stop before the end of the asphalt here. And he's doing pretty good with that so far. There's a couple items around. Stop. Good boy. We're going to learn how long this line is, huh? Yes, very good. I'm going to reinforce for that because he chose to come back to me. I didn't ask him. So that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. But as soon as he checks things out, I'm going to drop this and we're going to play around. The object is not to make him do any crazy acrobatic feats or anything like this. He's still a growing puppy. We don't want to do any skeletal damage that's not easy to heal. And at this age and this size, we really don't want to have a big problem. Hi, that was a leaf. Thank you for spitting it out though. I appreciate that. So we're going to walk around, let him check it out, and we'll get down to business. Good boy. Come on. Nothing crazy, we're just letting him chase it, nothing too tight if we can help it. It's going to happen every now and then. Good boy, drop. You see yes, good boy. He lay down. He's having a little bit of a hard time just holding that sit for me earlier. You saw me have to pull him back up because he laid down when I asked for sit. And it's a good idea to go ahead and correct that so you can distinguish between the two a little bit more finely. I don't want that habit of sit down and stay to go on and continue, but we got a couple more distractions coming up, so we're going to see if we can't keep his focus on us. Good boy, come on, free. too bad. I know he saw this dog approaching. They're leaving now. That's that car that you guys heard turn on there. Good boy, drop. I don't know that the audio will have picked it up. Yes. Leave it. Yes. I don't know that the audio picked it up when I was walking back there. Can you lay down? He's a little bit more comfortable staying in that down, so I'm gonna spiel for a minute. But back there, I did ask him to leave it when he was in the down, so I'll ask him again, leave it. You can see he's pretty interested. I mean, the brand new environment to him and everything is asking a lot. So I'm kind of pushing some boundaries here, all for the sake of not having a muddy dog back at home. Because I want him to be able to come back into the house and so we can continue working on not touching other objects. So I've asked for the leave it once, and I've been moving this object on the end of the string to create some extra distraction. So for leave it for me, remember we discussed I'm asking for 3 things altogether: distance, duration of leaving it, and eye contact. I want his focus. So I'm actually, leave it. I was waiting for him to give me some eye contact. He's having a hard time with that, and that's okay. So I'm stepping in between and blocking to prevent him from grabbing this object. So I don't want him to have it. And I'm making it harder on him because I'm actually making this thing squeak. Leave it. So I'm gonna block it so he can't have it. He's still not giving me eye contact, so I'm gonna wait. I don't even know if we're still in shot anymore. We're gonna have to find out. Georgie. Hi, off. Come on. Off. Nope, leave it. We're getting all tangled up here, buddy. Leave it. Georgie. Yes, good boy. Come on, leave it. Yes, good boy, come on. Nope. So I'm gonna step on it again. And I'm also getting his leash in here, so this is gonna make it a little more complicated. Georgie, hey, come on, leave it. I know, we're having a rough time. We're so confused. Come on, here. Georgie, come. Yes, good boy. So we're gonna drop this and walk away. Georgie, here. Georgie, come. Yes, good boy. Good job. Untangle his leash a little bit. Good boy. Leave it. Good boy. So I'm not dragging him away from it. I'm just walking. He's hitting the end of it, but I'm making sure that he can't reach that every time I ask him to leave it. I'm still waiting for eye contact. I did bring a few treats. Yes, good boy. They're just like little dehydrated, leave it. Little dehydrated kibble type things. And he likes them okay. He's not as interested in them today as he has been. So, you know, we're gonna leave that right there and we're just gonna practice our normal leave it drills. Walking past a little bit because he's struggling with this today because we're not in my backyard where we have been practicing. Yes, good boy. Good job. Come on, let's go. Yes, good boy. Good job. Come on. Yes. I know, we're so excited. You're getting all tangled up. Okay. La la land. Leave it. Yes, very good. Didn't even hit the end of the leash that time. He made a conscious effort to move away. So that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. Georgie, lay down, please. Good boy. Can you wait? Nope. Come back. Try again. Nope. So I moved a short. Nope. Good boy. We moved a short distance away in a new environment with extra distractions. It's too much for him, and that's okay. We're gonna work a little bit more because he catches on pretty quick. I know. He catches on pretty quick normally. So, but that might be a little too hard for him, so we'll see if we can't do it this way. Good boy. Hi. I'm just using the leash to prevent him from going over and grabbing the whole stick because we've done that before. Hey. Boy, lay down. Thank you. So smaller distance, same level of distraction because we can't help it. Good boy. Yes. Waiting for eye contact, marked for that. I'm gonna release him. Okay, get it. Good boy. Good boy. Gonna let him have that. Because it's all a game to him, right? I'm getting all kinds of tangled up in this stinking leash. I have a better leash coming in the mail. It's getting here. Good boy. Oh. Get it, boy. Get it. So, but you can see he absolutely loves this thing. It is such a great little game to play with him that is low effort for us. And it's a great training exercise to practice those drop-its, the leave-its, the downs, just a lot of things that we would consider impulse control. Drop. Yes. Nope. Nope. Good boy. I am saying nope to kind of be our correction or our no reward marker is what we call it when he doesn't get the reinforcer. Leave it. Block. Very good choice. He's looking at the toy, so I'm going to wait for eye contact with me. It's not too far of a reach, but he'll tip his head all the way back, and I'm moving it, so that's not helping either, right? It's increasing that distraction. So we can make it a little easier by not moving it. And we're gonna wait for that eye contact so that we can reinforce it with more play. Unless he decides to get up and go eat a 4-leaf clover, because we like to do that too. Yes, very good, Free. Good boy. Go get it. Get it, buddy. Woo. Good job. Good job. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, he loves this. I love that he loves it. It's been a while since I've had a dog in that gets this riled up about it. Foxtrot loved it too, but she wasn't as confident and comfortable with it, so my time was spent really making sure she was, some people call it winning, you know, like, hey, if I just let him have this right now, he won, you know, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not going to teach your dog to become bad or anything like that, as long as he understands that if I ask him to spit it out, or the other words, that means that the game is over until the next time, right? And that's totally fine. That's exactly what we want. You're such a good boy. Come here. Good boy. So when I ask him to drop it, ooh, get it. That slipped out of his mouth, so I gave it right back to him. But when I ask him to drop it, because I have a long line on him, I can choose to step on it so he doesn't run away with me. Not that he can, because he's much lighter than I am. But I will make myself as uninteresting as possible. I'm not going to feed into this pulling and tugging and everything. I'm not even trading food for this. It's just a simple, I stop moving, I become uninteresting, and I ask for drop. Yes, very good. So he's still staring the toy down, which is fine. That's okay. I know it's really hard, and I'm waiting for eye contact so I can release him again. Standing on his leash so he can't just wander off. Yes, very good. Can you sit? Of course you can. Why am I asking? He's looking at the treat or the toy. There you go. That's not what I wanted. Sit. Come on. So this time he might be actually getting a little tired. Here, buddy. So I'm going to lure back up for this sit and mark and then reward it with a release and play. Yes, very good. I'm going to wait for eye contact if I can. We'll guide for it if we can. Hi, buddy. Yes, very good. Okay, Free. Good job. Easy catch that time. Easy. All right. I'm going to see if we can do this a little harder. Harder level. Good boy. Georgie, drop. Georgie. Hi. Yes. Good boy. This thing is gross. It's going to have to go into the wash later. Good boy. Sit. So you can see he's not, you know, being, what's the word? He's not being stubborn here. He's a little overwhelmed. And that's okay. So I'm stepping on his leash to restrict his movement a little bit so he can come back around and follow through with what I've asked. Hi. Hello. Yes, very good. Can you lay down? So again, you know, he's missing this cue because he's looking off in the distance. I'm going to ask him, Georgie, wait. Georgie, wait. Leave it. I'm going to see if I can get to a particular distance. This is pretty good. We're going to switch hands. Leave it. I saw his hips move, so I reminded him. I'm going to wait for eye contact because that's part of the leave it. Yes, very good. He's waiting because we know what's next. Boy, okay, Free. Get it. Georgie, get it. Good boy. Get it. start recognizing that free cue, that release cue is what we call it, because that's going to be something that will become part of the major thing there. Hi. You're supposed to be chewing on the toy, not the string, Goober. You gotta get off of it. Come on. Let's go. Oh, good boy. Good catch. Good catch, buddy. Good catch. Come on. Good boy. So it wasn't too far. I got about 6 feet away from him that time. So we are building that distance back up to right about where we were. I can typically get about 10-15 feet away in the home setting when the cats are not involved. So we're talking minimal possible distraction with, of course, you know, it being in my house and all that interesting stuff. Drop. Yes, very good. Good boy. What do you think? What are you gonna do? We have all but stopped jumping. When we get into new situations, just out of the kennel, first thing in the morning, new person coming into the house, those kinds of situations we see a little bit of regression in the jumping. Earlier you saw him come from the car to out here, and he's like, oh my God, this is the first time he's been out here. So it doesn't surprise me at all that he was a little overzealous and decided to jump up on me. I didn't really do much except for shift to get out of his way, so that was really good. See if I can't get a little more eye contact out of him. I do have a couple of those freeze-dried raw kibble things in my pocket here. I don't have a treat pouch right now. I gave it to Foxtrot's people. So I am going to reinforce still for his eye contact, even despite these lots of fun distractions. I can't, yes, very good. This is going to be one of those things that when you go out and about with him, you really want to pay attention to reinforcing for that voluntary eye contact, that voluntary attention and focus. Good boy, yes, very good. Like periodically, make it really, really special so that he looks for you. You know, and part of this is to build a more reliable recall, right? And that's something that we're going to come back to this area for as often as we can, because there's lots of cool distractions and lots of space to work on. Good boy. But practicing the recall out here even would be excellent. Something else that I'll do later on towards the end of this week with Georgie is setting up an obstacle course to kind of proof his recall with other distractions. So, and I'm going to do something he's really not ready for. I'm going to step on his leash for this in preparation. I'm going to preemptively tell him to leave it because we've been working on this. I'm going to toss this over to the side. Good boy, leave it. But one of the things, so we can't reach it, we're not there yet. This is too much for him. One of the things we will do though, there's kids over there. He does not even care. Doesn't even care. We just want that toy. Good boy. Now we see him. Good boy. Good job, Georgie. Yes. Very good. Marking and rewarding for him turning in my direction, still standing on the leash because he really wants that toy, okay? Nothing wrong with that, but we do want to work him up to a point where he's willing to ignore something really, really fun like that toy and the flirt pole or the kids, so that he comes straight to me when I call him. So I'm gonna wait until he settles and he's not got any tension on this leash anymore, or he chooses to put his tail on the ground or his belly on the ground. I have to be careful about my words because he is on it with his cues, both visual and verbal. You know, distractions aside, he's been doing really great with that. So we're gonna wait him out. It's getting kind of humid out here, so I don't think we're gonna last too much longer. I don't want him to overheat, and we gotta go take a water break. Hi. When he gets tied up like this, I don't fix it for him. Excuse you, Georgie. But I'll show him how to fix it. Good boy. Good job. And I'm not going to ask him for anything else. I just want him to not pull towards that. And I'd like for his attention to be captured on me. So when he does give me that, what I'll do is follow it up with our food reinforcer. Frustration, that's okay. Very good eye contact, and I chose to pull out that duration a little bit longer. Yes, very good. We're going to catch it that time. Very good job. Still a little bit of tension, but there's some play here in that leash, so I'm going to let this go because this is really hard for him right now. I would expect him to be fine with this kind of thing. Good boy, go ahead, go get it. Go get it. I would expect him in 2 or 3 days to be able to leave this toy alone. we're just not there yet, and that was really, really hard. But that's an example of kind of the expectations for distractions. And then this is just a really fun game to continue honing those skills with something that we can control. We could put that away at any time. I can't tell these kids in the park to, leave us alone. There's only so much. They have a mind of their own, right? So we are going to, he didn't even care about the bird over there taking a bath. We don't care about the squirrels. We just want this toy. This is so much fun. What a good boy. Good job. Hey, can I have this? Drop. Yes, very good. He does take a second to spit things out, and it makes sense because he doesn't have opposable thumbs to just pull it out of his mouth, but he's doing really good with it. So we're gonna play pretty hard for a couple more minutes, practice another down and a sit. We'll see if we can get some distance out of it, but we're gonna keep this session pretty short because it is warm out here. I'm just glad that I found a not muddy spot. This has been pretty good for both Georgie and me. Do you have to go potty? Because that'd be cool. Go ahead. You go potty? You just want to play. Good boy, good catch. He swings out pretty far. I should have gotten the longer lunge whip. That's what this thing is called, the lunge whip. I should have gotten the longer one. I may actually go back and get a longer one because he is such a big dog. He's got a long stride. And I can't quite swing this out wide enough for him. So I need either a longer stick or a longer string. But that may be something that we do. I usually like to try to start with these small ones just so that it's closer and I can kind of reel it in if I need to because I want to be close while we're working on that automatic drop. Some things that I anticipate. Good boy. We're trying. Yes, very good. I'm going to go ahead and food reward this one because he's been sinking to the down. Okay, free. Good boy. He's been sinking into that down, so I really want to make sure that he understands that this does mean put your tail on the ground and not lay on your belly. I gave him the free cue so he can just do whatever Georgie wants to do. He wants some water, baby. Yeah, we're gonna go get some. But that wasn't too bad. That's just a little bit of an idea of what we're doing with this. It's nothing too crazy, not trying to hurt him or exhaust him and drive him to the point of, kind of like a toddler when they're over-exercised, they get really cranky and then they miss their nap time. We don't want to do that to Georgie because he seems to get into more mischief if he's over-exercised and frustrated because he can't follow through. But that's going to be it for this session. We're going to go get some water and we're going to try out probably Petco because I got to go get another training pouch. That was a good boy.